Welcome to the third video of this beginning project. What you'll see on the screen is our base, the diagram here. And notice how that has a nice smooth arc or curve to where the holes, these little fittings here, where the holes are created where we'll bolt down our coupler. And then let's go over to our actual design here. Notice how that's a real sharp edge where that circle is joining to our primary circular base. Uh, we need to fix that. That's not a very strong design there. It could break off fairly easily. By adding the material and making this a nice smooth curve joining those, or arc, like I said, we'll add material to do that and we'll strengthen our design. Most of the time, when you're adding a three-dimensional effect to a design, you're either adding or removing material to your design. Now to do this, we're going to take these edges where the two designs meet. And I'm going to turn my design using the view cube here. I'm going to take those edges, see how it's turned black there when I highlight it, and we're going to draw those out with a fillet. So I'm going to open the fillet tool, modify, fillet. You can use the shortcut up here. There's fillet both in the design mode and sketch mode fillet tools. They are different tools. All right, so the first thing I do in creating my fillet is I'm going to select all the edges I want to fillet. We should have 6 in this particular case. There's 1. Now I can spin it around, or it's just going to project for me when I get to it. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if I go back to my diagram, this tells me the radius of that curve is 7.5 millimeters. So we are going to set our value in the dimension box here, 7.5. And let's look at that from the home position and see how it brings out those sharp edges and creates a nice smooth transition into those areas where we're going to bolt uh, our coupler to the other object. So I'm going to click OK. Now that's done. All right, so the base is pretty much done. Let's go back to our design and look at our upper section here. So there's our base with our 3 millimeter extrude that runs right across the bottom here. Now, we need to determine, well, we know that we have ridges. Let's look at our picture here. We have these ridges in our design, okay? This intersection is 31.5 millimeters in width. The outer is 33.75 millimeters. So we need to draw create our sketch. We need to determine if we're going to start with our wider or our more narrow portion of the design. Probably go with wider here. And then we'll cut away those ridges in the middle. And I'll show you how to do that in just a minute. And how tall does it need to be after we draw it? How tall does it have to be? Well, this is where that information isn't given to us, is it? We know that from here to the base is 5.63 millimeters. We know that these cut sections are both 3.75 millimeters. This midsection is 7.5, and this section here at the top is in 5.63 again. If we add all those up, what are we going to get? I've already done the math. I've just put it away over here. It's going to be 26.26 millimeters. So that's the length that we will extrude from here to here. All right, let's get started on that. We're going to create a sketch, but this time, when we created our first sketch, we created on the top-bottom plane. And once again, I'll apologize again for not getting into that as much as I should have when I did it. Sometimes in class, I just start doing things and forget that I need to explain each and every step. And you all need to stop me if I do that and ask questions. We're not going to create a sketch on a plane. We're going to create our sketch on this top surface of our base. Now, it's very important that you select the surface where it doesn't overlap with one of the planes. If you choose an area that overlaps both surface and a plane, it's going to default to the plane. So we're going to go with the surface here. So I'm going to click up here away from the plane, and there it gives me my top surface. I'm going to use the pan tool, and I'm going to move it up so it's visible. All right. Escape out of the pan tool, and that outer width of the circle is 33.75 millimeters. So I'm going to go to my circle center diameter circle tool. The center of my design is the origin, right? It makes it easy. We start everything from the origin. So there's the center of my design. Click, and I'm going to bring it out. 33.75 millimeters, and hit enter. I'm going to finish sketch because that's all I need here. Finish sketch. And I'm going to extrude my circle. Create, extrude, keyboard shortcut of E, or just use the icon there. Select the circle, and I'm going to go up 26.26 millimeters. I have the option of creating a new body or joining the extrusion to the existing body. I have no need to create a new body here, so I'm just going to keep my operation as join. But we'll see a different operation in a minute. I'm going to click OK. All right, now I'm going to need to create my ridges. So I'm going to have to sketch out an area there where I have a circle that's 31.5 millimeters, and then a circle that's 33.75 millimeters. And that space between those two circles I'll use to cut away the material here. But how do I get it to start on the height that I want? Because I have to go up. Well, let's bring up our diagram again. So I've got 3 millimeters here at the base, and then 5.63 millimeters to here. So if I create, essentially from the very bottom, let's just do it this way. I need to cut away a section that is 8.63 millimeters from the bottom. Okay, this is going to be this edge. It's going to be 8.63 millimeters from the bottom. I get that by adding the 3 millimeters of the base to the 5.63 millimeters with the rise from the top of the base to the bottom of that edge. So how am I going to do that? I'm going to go to construct, and I'm going to create an offset plane. And since I decided I was doing 8.63, I'm going not, I could select this face here and just go at 5.63, but I'm going to select the bottom plane. And I'm going to elevate this next plane by 8.63 millimeters. And notice how it's creating a new construction plane for me that's elevated above that base plane. And I base that off the top bottom plane because I'm working top to bottom, bottom to top. And there I have a new construction plane that I can create a sketch, choose that construction plane. And now when I draw my circles, once again from the origin, 1.5 is the first one. Second one is going to be 33.75. All right, so I've got my two circles. I'm going to finish sketch. I'm going to extrude now. I'm going to select that ring. See, it's just the space between those two circles in my sketch. All right, now the height of that was what? Let's go back and check it. 3.75 millimeters. So I'm going to go up 3.75 millimeters. Now notice how it's turning red. What is it doing? Notice my operation has changed. It's cut. There's material already there where I'm extruding. So it's making the assumption I'm removing material with my extrude, which it's absolutely correct. So my operation is cut, and I'm going to cut away that material represented by the red. Click OK. And there's my first groove cut out. All right, we're going to finish this video and we'll come back and do the next one.